In this nitty-gritty Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at I Love Mahj. The topic for today is jump starters, and we're going to focus on zones. These are great ways to focus on options on the card if you're brand new to the game and you want to minimize that feeling of being overwhelmed. But these are also great ways to learn a new card, which is just right around the corner next April. I guess it's a little more than around the corner. We're coming up to the bend. So everyone's talking about the new card, and I thought this is a great time to take a look at these zones so you could consider limiting the options so that you can study in a progressive approach. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I also just want to say thank you so much for being here, for watching my videos. Thank you also to our moderators who will help monitor chat today. This is a nitty-gritty format, so we're not going to do any socialization in the chat so we can stay focused on the topic. If you like hanging out with a more social atmosphere, consider joining us on Friday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, in some pop-ups, we might do social, a simply social format. And those would be the times when we can just chit-chat and hang out and just talk about whatever comes up. So today, nitty-gritty format, all about jumpstart zones. Thank you for being here. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get started right away. All right, so here's the presentation. We have, look at these facial expressions here. Have you ever probably, whether in your mind, had one of these expressions on your face, or even in person at the table had one of these expressions on your face? The upper one on the left, that's good. That's a happy face. But if you ever get overwhelmed or frustrated with the game, this might be going on. And that's what we're going to look at today, to help you get a few ideas for solutions to minimize overwhelm and anxiety when learning this game. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm back and trying to get back in the swing of things. Today's day one. Well, I did work over the weekend a little bit, but anyhow, I digress. Let's focus on the topic. So a jump start is when you, like if you have a car and you need to jump start it, maybe the battery went dead or something like that, and you need to do a jump start to kick it on. That's similar to what we're doing here. This is why I've called it a jump starter, because when you play the game, you might want to reduce the number of options just to kind of lighten that feeling of being overwhelmed with the game. Get a renewed energy for the game by limiting your options. Focus on just a few options and then add to it as you gain confidence and comfortability with the card. So I want to share this quote because this is true for everybody. Anytime someone is new to the game, it's going to be hard. Everything is hard before it's easy. So don't give yourself a hard time if you're struggling with this game. It's complex. So just take a breath and consider some of these solutions if you're feeling overwhelmed playing this game. Hold on one second. I've got a itchy eye here. Okay, so here we go. Remind yourself that you're a smart cookie. You have the brain power to learn this game. Everybody learns a little differently. And some people learn fast, some people, it takes a little while. So try not to take it personally if it takes you a little while to learn this game. It requires critical thinking, situational awareness, and social acuity. There's a lot going on in your mind when you're playing this game. And there are a lot of rules. Focus on the fundamentals first. Learn more as you go. I have a wiki that's free and on demand on my website that you can use anytime. So you don't need to memorize all the rules. Some of the rules are on the back of the card. So that's kind of a, you know, a set of rules that are fold and carry. You can stick them in your purse and have them with you, but that is by no means comprehensive. There are a lot more rules, and you can rely on the wiki if you ever need it when you're playing in person and somebody questions something that's happening at the table. Everybody learns differently. Keep that in mind, not just for yourself, but other people who are also learning the game. Everyone has different learning styles. Sometimes some people might learn quicker if they're let's say a visual learner. They can binge watch videos or read books. Some people are tactile and they need to play in person and maybe have an instructor with them in person. So it just, the timeline for learning and the learning curve is going to be different for everybody. Also, teaching styles are different. Some instructors are very talented and patient and a lot of fun to learn from, but there are other instructors who are a little drier, or maybe they're impatient, or they don't have skills to reach every learning style or every person with a different learning style. So think about even the teachers that are out there teaching the game. Maybe you started with somebody who wasn't as effective as they needed to be. You might try somebody else who will get through, and it'll all make sense with a new instructor. So now we're going to talk about the first zone. This is called the T zone. I call it the T zone on ramp. So it's a way to start easy. What you do is you draw a T through the card, the T going across the middle, and then the foot of the T in the middle. So that means you're going to focus on 2, 4, 6, 8, consecutive run, and 3, 6, 9, and then also odds. That's it. You're not going to look at any other hands anywhere else. Just across the middle of the card and then underneath consecutive run. That creates a T. Those are the only hands that you would focus on if you're learning with the T zone. We're going to go play at I Love Mahj, and we'll do Charleston modeling in the T zone, just so you can see that by limiting your options, you still have a lot to choose from, but it's going to minimize the need to search throughout the card, and it can help you play a faster game while still learning the card. So I'm going to go ahead and stop presenting here, and I'll share my screen. We'll go to I Love Mahj, and we'll do Charleston modeling in the T zone. Remember, that's evens, odds, 3, 6, 9, and consecutive run. 4 categories. Now, I know I had it up. Hold on one second. I think I did have it up on my screen, but it went away. So let me pull this up real quick. There it is. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go up here and use this format. So here's I Love Mahj. We're going to use the game Launchpad, where we're going to play with robots in a little bit, but this is where you actually play the full game. You play with robots, you could play with people, you could even play with your friends. So consider looking at these options later. Right now, we're going to go into the exercise room, and they have several exercises here. This is one of the reasons why I encourage beginners to play here. Even experienced players can build their skills by using the exercise room. So consider checking it out. I'm going to use Charleston practice, and we're going to do this with just the Charleston in the T zone. And I don't know why, but I keep getting this error message there. Okay, so I see a question. Susan, thank you for all the emails, by the way. I love hearing from you. I see you're asking, when you play it, you say, I seem to default to like kind more easily. Like numbers is what it's called. Okay, it's saying I don't have enough memory. What? Hold on. I am having trouble opening I Love Mahj. What's going on here? Hold on a second. Can you guys hear me? I'm just having some technical trouble here. Hold on. Let me see here if I can share my screen. Can you guys hear me? I had to reconnect everything. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm going to close these other windows and maybe try to free up any RAM. Okay. Are you with me? Test, test. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to start the exercise. So we have, now remember, we're going to focus just in the T zone. Oh, and let me just say, Susan, I was trying to answer your question there. I think it's my problem, not I Love Mahj. I think it's my computer. I can see you. Yes. Okay. So now, Susan, when I play, I seem to default to like kind more easily. You know those hands. Perhaps it's keeping you from learning other hands. It's interesting because people, hold on, let me go this way. When people play this game, American Mah Jongg specifically, because we have prescribed hands, there's this urge inside to pick a hand. Everybody wants to pick a hand because they're right there on the card. But there's a process of hand development that happens, especially during the Charleston, when you have the opportunity to transform your dealt hand in the series of passes. Anyone who just picks a hand right away because they just have a few tiles that might work for any given hand, that's a very difficult way to play the game. It's better to choose a category to focus on and gather tiles for a given category. And then when you have all the tiles for that category that can be used and just very few unwanted tiles, that's when you look at what hand to play to free up more discards and keep playing the game. So the idea is that you don't need to pick a hand right away. And also there's this trait in us to do what is comfortable. And if you see certain patterns more regularly than others, that's just your personality coming through in the game. But you can train your eye to find other patterns to play just to keep the game interesting. because you don't want to play all consecutive run or all like numbers. I think the game would get pretty boring if you did that. So one of the things you could do is these zones that I'm sharing today. If you continually play any like numbers, remove it from the list of options. Just don't even force yourself to stay out of that category and pick something, a different category to focus on, so that you're playing throughout the card eventually. So today we're going to focus, or right now actually, we're going to focus on the T zone, which is evens, odds, 3, 6, 9, and consecutive run. That creates a T on the card, and that's what we're going to focus on. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen again. So we have here a flower, West, red dragon, 5, 7, 9 in bams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 in cracks, 2, 3, 4 in dots. So here, this is an interesting deal because we have one of every tile, or not every tile, but in these tiles that were dealt, there's one of each. We don't have any multiples. And if you look at the card, every hand on the card uses some variation of single, pair, pung kong, just different shapes and patterns, but they all have at least pairs, if not pungs and kongs. So here we have all single tiles. Because we're going to focus on evens, odds, 3, 6, 9, and consecutive run, we need to look at those tiles only and play a hand in just those categories. So I see a lot of 2, 3, 4. That's where my eye goes. 2, 3, 4, or even 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I were playing this hand in person, I would focus on 1, 2, 3, 4. To me, that is the predominant pattern. So that's the category I would focus on. So we're in the T zone because we're playing consecutive run. That's in the T zone. So let's hold those tiles. We might even be able to use the 5. And then I would stop there because we have tiles that we can pass. We need to be able to pass. I would let this West go with a 9 and a different 7. So I wouldn't pass 9 with a 7 bam. I would want to break that up a little bit and pass a different suit. So here's a great pass. It could be better, but I need to focus on my own hand development first and then do the best I can with what is left over. So I think that's the best we can do. We could even maybe pass the red dragon, but that would leave us with 2 7s. If we get everything we want in this next pass, we might need to pass 2 7s. And I personally think that is almost as risky as passing a pair. And I typically don't do that unless I have a very well-developed hand. And in this case, we don't. So I would break these 7s up and let one go now and then the other later. So I'm not passing both of them together. So let's pass these and see what we get. We have a 3 and a 5. And another 3. So look at all the multiples we have in just one pass. 3, 3, 5. We have 1, 2, 3 in cracks, 2, 3, 4 in dots, and a pair of 5s. There's a hand in here that we could actually play that has some good potential. That is the concealed hand. 2, 3 crack, 2, 3 dot, 5 bam pair. And that's probably what I would focus on. So I would pass the 7, the red, and then I'd probably let the 1 crack go, or one of the 4s. We might be able to even do a little bit better here. Let's see. Oh, we would do 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. So maybe let a 2 go. And then the 2 crack and the 1 crack can go later. So we have 3, 4 crack, 3, 4 dot, 5 bam. I think I said 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. That doesn't work. It's got to be consecutive. So 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, concealed. Now here we have, hi Wes, we have a 7 bam red dragon 2 dot. That leaves us with a 1 crack and a 2 crack. I don't want to pass those 2 together. So I'm going to keep the 2 and pass the 2 crack. You might think, well, what about the 1? That would leave us with 2 2s. So I try to think a pass ahead. Here's 2 crack, red dragon, 7 bam, and that's fine to go. It's a little bit risky with a corresponding dragon and the 2, but it's the best we can do because we only have 2 discards, and I typically don't pass flowers. We're going to be left with a 1 crack and a 2 dot. Even that's a little bit risky, but at least it's in 2 suits. So the idea there is you want to try to mitigate the risk of the passes because these are going to your opponents and you certainly don't want to help them. So you want to mitigate the risk while still developing your hand. This is one of the great complexities of the game and it keeps our mind very active, which is why we all love it and why we keep coming back for more. So let's keep going. Okay, now we have a 5 bam pung. We have tiles we can pass here, 1, 6, 9, and cracks with a 2 dot. We have a pung of 5s, pair 3, pair 3. I would stick with that concealed hand still. If we were to hold the 1 crack and consider maybe an odd hand, 1, 3, 5 odd hand, I don't see any options that will use these tiles successfully. I think the concealed hand is ideal. So I would probably let the 1 go with the 9 and the 2. Hi, Shelby. Oh, thank you. Okay, here we go. So we have, oh, there's a 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. We have 1, 6, 8, and I would definitely keep going. The 1 can go, the 8 can go, maybe this 5. We still don't need it because we have a pretty good start here. We might be able to even make that a little bit better by discarding, maybe keeping the 5 and let the 5 bam go, but then we're left with a 5, 6, and 1 suit. I think I'd rather keep it and let this go, even though that still looks a little bit risky. 1, 5, 8, and 1 suit. Let's see here if we can do something a little different. Maybe what we could do is keep the 8 and pass the 1. So 1, 5, 6, different suit, 5, 6, and that leaves us with a 5, 8 in 1 suit, which is a little better than a 5, 6 together. So that's, I think, how I would do it here. Okay, now we have 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 tiles to pass, so we can just keep it all. I'd still say the 5 crack and the 5 dot are probably discards. As a matter of fact, I would probably even let 1 go here because I don't want to be stuck with like numbers as a next pass if we get everything we want. I would keep the 7 and pass the 5. So now we're left with a 5, 7 in different suits for the next pass. So 8 crack, red dragon, 5 dot. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, we did not get any keepers. Here's the 2. I would just hold it for a bit. We have tiles we can pass, but 8, 9, and 1 suit is a bit risky. And I would certainly not pass 7, 8, 9 in 1 suit. I think what I would do here is let the 2 go with a 5 crack, 1 of each suit. That does leave us with 7, 8, which is a bit risky. So let's just see what we get in this next pass. Okay, we have 7, 8, 9 north. Pair 8, we don't need. We have 7, 9 north. I would pass 3 and pass 9, 7 north. That's a little bit risky, but we have a hand with no gaps and 3 multiples. We even have our pair. Okay, so we have 4 discards and a pair we don't need that could give us a potential for a joker exchange later. So I think that was a challenging Charleston. We did get a couple of keepers in that first pass. We have a hand with no gaps, so I'd say it was a success. So even if you limit your options by using a zone, as opposed to playing every category on the card, you can still be successful. So consider limiting your options to reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed, and also control the categories that you're focused on if you need to grow as a player and focus on an area of the card that you normally wouldn't focus on. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to go to the next zone. So let me share my screen again. We're going to go back to the presentation. Let's see here. We're going to talk a little more about the T-zone actually as a next step. So let me get this ready here since my computer crashed a bit, a mini crash. Let me get it ready here. Okay, it's ready. All right, so this is where we left off. We did an exercise at I Love Mahj in their exercise room. We focused on the Charleston in the T-zone. We played a consecutive run hand. When you focus in a zone for a period of time, you would want to add the categories by panel. So focus on your zone and then add the panel one. So in this case, you would add the year, like numbers, and addition, and then play with the T-zone and the first panel. And then you would add quints, and then finally wins and singles and pairs. And that way, when you're ready and as you progress and learn the card in a progressive approach, you'll then be playing throughout the card. That's the idea. So don't forget, don't stay in the T-zone. Add the first panel, then quints, and then the right panel as well. So I'm going to now share with you the V zone. This is when you play 3 categories: 2, 4, 6, 8, odds, and 3, 6, 9. And the reason this is important is because some players gravitate to consecutive run for every hand. And as I shared earlier in this session, you don't want to do that because the game will get pretty boring, I would think, for many people. You want to spread your wings and play elsewhere. So by focusing on the V zone, you're going to remove the consecutive run category for a time. And that's what we're going to do at I Love Mahj. So I'm going to go back to I Love Mahj, and we're going to focus on my computer would cooperate. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, here we go. So here is I Love Mahj again. We're going to do new tiles. We're going to do another Charleston modeling exercise where we're focused on evens, odds, and 3, 6, 9. What's interesting here is we have a pung of dragons and a pung of twos. Look at that. That is crazy. But I want to show you how easy it is to force yourself to play something other than what is obvious. We're going to go against the obvious and build something fresh, something different, something new as an exercise to help grow as a player. So since we have twos, I would play evens. So we're going to try to leverage the twos. And in evens, there is a dragon hand, but it's corresponding. So we're going to break up these dragons. So we have twos. We're going to look for 4, 6s, and 8s. And we're going to try to play an even hand and leverage this pung of twos. So let's see what happens. Let's pass a dragon, a wind, and then one of these tiles. I think I would do a 5. And that way we can pass one of each suit next. Or maybe red or green dragon, 3.9 crack. That would give another dragon to a different player. All right, so let's see if we can get 4, 6, 8. Not this time. So let's give this other player a dragon. Let's pass a 7 and a 9. And that way we're left with one of each suit in the next pass, maybe even the dragon. We're still looking for 4, 6, 8. There's an 8, so let's keep it. Now here we have a red dragon, but we don't, I suppose we could keep it for a little while in case we get evens in cracks, but we'd have to throw away a 2. So we might end up letting that go in the end, but we went right across. Now we're doing first left. So let's pass 3, 7 with a 9 this time. One of each suit. There we have 6s. All we need in here is a 4, and we'll have each number represented. We're going to definitely continue. Let's pass 9.5 crack with a green dragon. We're still looking for a 4 of some kind, any suit. Let's pass 9, bam, 5 dot green dragon. Looks like nobody wants the green dragon. We're still looking for a 4. Let's pass the 1, the 9. Actually, no, let's see here. Let's pass the 7 and the red dragon. That red dragon is useless without a 4 crack and an 8 crack. We have neither. So let's let it go and mitigate that risk a little bit and give us some tiles we can work with for the last pass. We're on the last right at the moment. Okay, still no 4s, but we do have the green dragon that it appears nobody wants. So let's pass 3, 9 with this dragon. Maybe even, yeah, because I don't want to be left with, this is the optional, so it's our last pass. We could pass the 5 and not pass 3, 9 together. Either way, someone could be playing big odds, 5, 9, or somebody could be playing 3, 6, 9. The thing about the 3, 6, 9 category is there are only 3 numbers in there. I think that is a better choice because there are 5 numbers in the odd category. So someone might have a better result by giving them a 5, 9 as opposed to a 3, 9. So let's pass the 3. Okay, we did not get any 4s, but what we have is 5 discards and 2, 4, 6, 8 without a 4. I would just keep gathering. So another challenging Charleston, but you could see we have tiles to work with here. And we would focus on 2, 4, 6, 8. I probably wouldn't pick a hand at this point. I would continue to gather. Okay, so now I just want to go back to the presentation because I want to, let's see here. I think there's a little more in there I want to share with you. And then we're going to play the whole game. So let me get this ready because it keeps going back to the beginning for me. Okay, so let me share my screen now. Okay, so this is where we left off. So remember in the T-zone where we added, in phase 1, we focused on the T-zone. Phase 2, we added the panel on the left. Then we added quints, and then we added the winds. You're going to do the same thing with the V-zone. You're going to add the left panel categories, then the middle panel, then the right panel. So you don't want to stay in the zone. You want to add the rest of the categories by panel. So with the V zone, we focused on 2, 4, 6, 8 odds and then 3, 6, 9. So you would want to add the year, like numbers, addition first, then you would add quints and consecutive run, and then finally you would add wins and then singles and pairs. And that concludes the zones, the idea of playing the game with limited categories to reduce the feeling of overwhelm, to reduce anxiety. Limit your options and focus, study few categories, and then add other categories in a progressive approach as you learn the card. And remember the zones when you get your new card next April, because it's a great way to study the card. Okay, so now we're going to play, let's see here. We're going to play a full game now. Let me just do something really quick here. Does anybody have any questions about the T zone and the V zone? Okay. Oh, thank you, Bluebird. Okay, so I am going to, oh, you know what we could do? Let's do a Charleston modeling. Let's do a Charleston modeling where we do the entire card. So the V zone is the T without consecutive run. Yes, that is to break the tendency of using consecutive run too much. Exactly. Exactly. V zone is for anyone who tends to focus on consecutive run. You want to spread your wings in other categories. So just remove it from the options for a time, not forever, just for a time, so that you can focus on other categories and create new neural pathways with the other categories. And then you would add each panel when you're ready, so that eventually you're playing the entire card. So let's do the Charleston with the entire card now. We have a joker, pair of flowers, 2, 3, 4 band pair, 7, 5 crack, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7. If these were your tiles, what would you focus on? Tell me in chat what category, not what hand. We're not looking at a hand. What category would you focus on with these tiles? And Susan, I don't want you to say any like numbers. Don't do it. Do not say that. Pick a different category. Okay, Susan, consecutive run. All right. Anybody else? Would anybody else like to share? Consecutive run, says Wes. Yes. That's pretty clear. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 of some kind. Anytime I am focused on at the category level, in my head, I always say of some kind, because I don't want to pick a hand. Not yet. Now we have a 1 dot and 2 sevens. I would not pass 2 sevens. So we need to let another tile go. With these tiles, I think I would let the 5 dot go, because we could play 2, 3, 4 in one suit with a pair of flowers. We could also maybe play 3 dot, 4 band, 5 crack, mixed suit Kongs. If we get another 4, we might be able to play like numbers as well. So that's why I would keep the 4. Let's just see what we get now. We got a 2. I would consider the 4th hand down. We have 2 wins. I would not pass 2 wins here. 2, 3, 4 band, 2, 3, 4 dot, 5 crack, pair of flowers. I would rather use the flowers. So I would probably keep the 3, 4, 5 and 2, 3, 4. And then I would probably, oh, you know what we could do? We could pass the 2. We could maybe play news with 4s. Let's pass the 5 and see what we get. We got a south. 1, 3 with a 6 can go. There's a little bit of 2, 4, 6, 8 in here, but we have no 8. That is a gap. We have no 8. If we played evens here, that would be focusing on a gap hand or a gap category. Try not to focus on a category where you have a gap. So in this case, 2, 3, 4, or like numbers with 4s. Yeah, we're in like numbers, Susan. Wouldn't you know it? But it's really because we almost have news. However, we just picked up another multiple, 3 bam. Now we have 3 bam, 4 bam. I would focus on 2, 3, 4 with flowers and let the like number option go and break out these winds. We're going to break wind. Here we go. Breaking wind. Watch out. Look out. Here we go. Okay, so let's give somebody else a different wind. We'll do a 7 with a 2. No keepers. So let's pass a wind to a different person and pass an 8 with a 3. We got a keeper. Look at that. 2 bam. That's a keeper. So we have tiles we can pass. I would pass south 9, 4. Another keeper. Look at that. All right. So this is the result. 2, 3, 4, 1 suit Kongs with a pair of flowers. Third hand down on the left under consecutive run. And we have 4 discards. This was a fantastic result. Here, I would say we would be a contender for this game. Actually, we would be a front runner for this game because we're the dealer. Player 1, we have an extra tile. We discard to start the game and we'd be left with only 3 tiles. I would say we would be a front runner. We have our pair. All we need is one more good pick for the 2 or the 4, and we'll be ready to Kong every block of number tiles. That was a really great Charleston. Any thoughts on this result? We'll go ahead and exit and play with robots now and play the entire game. So we're going to scroll up and we're going to play with robots, and we'll play at the intermediate level. The robots are smart no matter what level you play at. The bots at the advanced level, they're ruthless. So let's play a kinder game here. Gentler game, let's say. I'm sure kind is probably not, is a polarizing word. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we get. All right, we have flower, south, green, 6, 8, 9 and bams, pair 6, pair 9, 2, 7 and cracks, 3, 4, 9 and dots, pair 9. What category would you focus on if these were your tiles? Playing in person or playing online if these were your tiles? What category would you focus on? I'll give you 10 seconds. If these were my tiles, yep, that's what I would do, Wes. 3, 6, 9. We have a 6 bam pair, 9 bam pair. We have a 3 dot and a 9 dot pair. I don't know what hand we're going to play yet, but we're going to hold every one of these, maybe even hold that dragon, because there are 2 dragon hands in 3, 6, 9. So let's pass the south with, let's say, a 7 and a 4. So we're looking for 3, 6, 9. Gretchen says 3, 6, 9. And we got 6s. Okay. So we have lots of fodder in here. Let's pass north to 8. We got a 6. And we have 2 discards, 2 clear discards. We have otherwise 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 of some kind in here. Hold on, get over there. I think the green dragon I would discard. This is a little bit risky, but I would want to focus on helping us develop our own hand. Now this 3 dot, it's our only 3, and we are in the 3, 6, 9 category. So I would not want to let it go. Otherwise we're going to have a gap. Even though it's still not quite gelling, it would be really nice to get a 6 dot for that second hand down. We could also maybe benefit from getting a 3 crack or even a 3 bam. Let's see, 6 dot, 3 crack would be ideal for the second hand down or maybe the first hand. So let's see what happens. We got 4s. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Now here, I would not pass like numbers. So we're going to let the 4 go. Now we have to make a choice. So we have 6, 9. We have a 3, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. I think I would, let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 6s, 3, 9, 4, 3, 9, 9. You know what I would do? I would probably pass the 9 bam. Even though we're focusing on a pair gap hand, second hand down, we have no 6 dot. We could potentially switch to like numbers, or maybe even play the 4th hand down with 6s. If we get a 3 crack, we could maybe still go back to 3, 6, 6, 9 first hand. I think that is the best tile to let go of. This is our second left, so we have to pass. I think this is what I would do. So we're sacrificing a tile here, the 9 bam, because otherwise that would be a keeper. But if we did not sacrifice that tile, we would be passing like numbers with 4s. And as I shared earlier, that's almost as risky as passing a pair. And we don't have a hand strong enough to take on that risk, in my opinion. So I would not do that. I would sacrifice something. So here's a 3 now, 3 dot, and we have tiles we can pass, so we don't have to let anything go. We're just going to keep going. We got a 9. We have 2 tiles to pass. So we have 3, 9, 6, 9, 6s, 9, 9. I'd let the 9 bam go again. If we get a 6 bam, or I'm sorry, a 6 dot, that could fill that gap for the pair. I think that's what I would do for now. Let's see here. This was a challenge. Maybe even if we get a 3 crack, we could do the 3rd hand down. 3, 6, 9 mixu kongs. Let's see what we get. We got the 9 bam back. 9 bam. We have a north south here. 9 bam. I don't think I would keep it. And I probably, let's see, the 3 dot, I think we could maybe let 1 go with a wind. And I would still keep that 3 dot, because if we get a 6 dot, we'll be set up really nicely for that second hand down. So at the moment, we're playing a gap hand. Let's pass fully. Oh, we didn't get it, but that's okay. Here we go. Let's discard the north. We're playing a gap hand, so we're going to be an underdog until we fill that gap. Oh, you know what? We should have kept that. I should have kept that north. That was a mistake, because we could play news with 6s as a backup. So we'll see. We might be able to get another wind and a pick. We do not want 4s. We're looking for a 6 dot. 6, 7. I think I would still hold option tiles. Maybe we could switch to 6, 7, 8, 9 of some kind. We have 2 discards outside our category, so we still don't have to pick a hand. Now we have a, oh, well, this is interesting. A pair of West. Is anybody thinking what I'm thinking? Okay, there's a Kong with a joker. Who wants to read my mind? Okay, now news is going to be challenging. We need a south, and 2 are out. I would probably let that go. It's out now. We're looking for a 6 dot. Okay, now that's an interesting keeper. 6 bam, green dragon. We'll see. I don't think so. There's already one out. And a red dragon is out. I would let it go. Okay, so news is getting tight. There's an east. Yep, Shelby got it. I was thinking about a quint. 6 bam, 9 dot west. Okay, 3 norths are out. 2 souths are out. We have east west. Now this west is going to be more and more risky as the game progresses because this player on our left has a pung of east. Anybody with a pung of east needs a west. I think we need to let it go right now. Here's a 9 crack. We have no joker, so let's give up on the quint. Second quint down. I was hoping that they would call it with a joker. We got a joker. Let's let the 3 dot go. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to throw the 9 crack, but that's okay. I would probably switch to like numbers with 9s and news, or maybe even play 3, 6, 9 gap hand, 3 crack, or fold. We could also fold. Okay, there's the last north. So we can let these wins go. We won't be able to get news. So I would probably play a gap hand, 3, 6, 9 with flowers in mixed suits, third hand down on the right. It's not ideal, but it's just kind of the way the hand worked out. Oh my gosh, the 6 dot came in. All right, well, you know what? Actually, we could still do that second hand down. We only need 1 3 dot, and we threw this one right here. We could still get the 3 dot. This game is very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can recover. So I would just stay concealed and use this joker with the 6 crack. See if we can get the 6 dot in here, the flower, and be ready maybe on the 3 dot unless we pick it. So I would not call it. We're just going to stay concealed. Okay, we got a 3 bam. Let's just hold it. Let's see. Let's throw the 8 crack. One thing I was thinking is maybe we could do 3 bam, 6 crack, 9 dot. That might work too, but we'd have to dedicate a joker to the 6, which we're already doing, by the way. We're already dedicating a joker. That needs to be our pair. Now there's a pung out. And so we're not going to be able to play that second hand down because there's a pung, a pure pung. So we need to play the gap hand. Let's see here. 3, 6, 9. You know what we could do? We could play, oh, this is an option. 3, 6, 9, first hand on the right. 3 crack, 6 crack. 6 bam Kong, 9 dot Kong. 3, 6, 6, 9. It's still a gap hand, but it's a hand of least resistance. The other is 2. The flower hand, we have the potential for. There's a 3 crack right here. 2 are out, actually. So I think either way, it's going to be a challenge. Okay. Someone got it before us. So east and west with 1, 2. Well done. All right, let's play again. So now we have a joker, flower, east, red. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 7 and bams, pair 2, 2, 3 crack, 6, 9 dot. If these were your tiles, what would you focus on? What category would you focus on here? Does anybody want to share what they would do with these tiles? We do have potential for my least favorite category. I love all the categories, but the one that is my least favorite, we could maybe play it. Addition. Yep. 2, 5, 7. Extremely inflexible, so I would keep options. I would keep 2, 3, 2, 3, and I would keep the east for maybe like numbers with 2s. What do you think, Susan? Like numbers? Okay, now this right here, this is a little bit risky. 6, 9 and dots with a red dragon. That's pretty risky. I think I would keep something here. I think I would let the 3 crack go instead. Let's see what we get. We got a 5. Ooh, we have a pair of 6s. Okay, now these tiles don't all go together. We have 2, 5, 6 paired up. Let's just, I'm going to pull off the singles so you can see just the multiples. Okay, so we have here 2, 5, 6. 2, 5, 6. Those don't go together. Now, 2, 5, 7, we might be able to play the addition hand. We might even be able to do 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's let these go. East dragon 2. No keepers, but let's just look. Here's an 8 and a 9. 2, 5, 7. Let's let the 3 bam go. Or, you know, what we could do is let the 4 dot go and keep the 3. Because if we get the 4 bam, we could do 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a 6. Okay, let's keep going. West with a 4. Let's break up the 6 at this point. Either that or keep the 6 and let the 6 bam go. You know what we do have in here is another hand. 4 crack, 5 bam, 7 bam. Or let's see, 4 crack, 5 bam, 6 dot. Mixu Kongs right here. 4, 5, 6. Let's let the 3 go because we could still do 2, 5, 7. There's a 5. We have 2 tiles to pass. So now is when you pick a hand because we've run out of discards. So you don't need to pick a hand until you're at a place like this. We have to let something go. With the 5 bam pung, we're in between addition and consecutive run. Because consecutive run is so much more flexible, that's what I would go for. And I would break up these. I would let the 7 go. The addition hand is very inflexible. I'd rather play something with flexibility because it's still weak. We only have 1 4 crack and it needs to be a Kong. Okay, so, oh, and then we get the 7. Okay, so let's keep it and pass 2 because maybe the 7 will come back. Look what we got, a 4. Because we were thinking about 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, but we gave up the 3 bam. Let's let that 4 go. Keep the 2 and the 4 crack. Let's pass 2. I'm kind of hoping we get the 7 back. We got it. Okay. So now we gave that 7 to the player across from us. So we're playing addition. 7, 5, 2. That was a good result. We have 2 discards and joker bait. Joker bait is when you hold a pair you don't need later in the game, like around 60 to 50 tiles remaining, you discard one and an opponent makes an exposure with a joker. And then on your next turn, hopefully you get the joker if somebody doesn't get it before you. It is a hit or miss tactic, but it is wonderful when it works. So let's just see what happens here. We need a pair. Okay, let's let the dragon go. Okay, let's let the 4 crack go. I like to let your tiles go first. Okay, now we'll let the 9 go. Let's let the 9 crack go. Here's 5, 6, 7. There's a 6 bam already out. I would probably let it go. That's our joker bait. And nobody wanted it, so we need to just let it go. I would say these are all discards. There's a 3 crack. Okay, so there's a pung with a Kong of flowers. Okay, so they're playing like numbers with 1s. First hand under like numbers. Joker. So we can just tuck those in, I guess. We're set, but we do need a flower. So let's see if we can get a flower. There's 1 out and a Kong. That's 5. We have 1, that's 6. So there's only 2 flowers left. So this is going to be risky business. Oh, I didn't think they'd be ready this soon. All right, they were ready. It's pretty early in the game still. I don't remember how many tiles were left, but that's okay. All right, let's start another game. All right, this time we have flower, white dragon, 1, 3, 4, 7 and bams, pair 7, 3, 5, 8 and cracks, 4, 5, 6 and dots. If these were your tiles, what would you focus on? Or I should say, what category would you pick to focus on? The first thing I saw was another addition hand, which I really don't like because it's so inflexible. And then I saw 5, 6, 7 mixed suit Kongs, 5 crack, 6 dot, 7 bam. That is probably what I would focus on. There's a little bit of odds in there, 1, 3, 7, no 5, no 9. So that would be a long shot. Consecutive run, 5, 6, 7 mixed suit Kongs. Here's 4, 5, 6. There's a chow. And we have a flower. Let's let the 1 go. That's a major long shot with 2 gaps. I tend not to pass a white dragon, so let's keep it for just a bit. Okay, so here's a pair now. We got 2 pair in here. We got 1 clear discard, maybe even with the white dragon. So we need to let something go. We have 7 bam, 4, 5, 6, 5 dot pair, 7 bam pair, 3 bam pair. We have addition in there a little bit right there. Let's let the 5 crack go and see what comes in. 3 bam. I guess, oh, look at 4, 5. 4, 5 dot. Wow. All right, well, let's pass the 4 and a 6. 4, 5, but we have 3, 4, 7 for addition. Ew. Okay, now here's the 6. Let's keep going. 1, 8, 4, we can pass. Mix suits. We don't need these. 4 dot 9 crack south. We could still do mix suit Kongs here, but we have a 3 bam pung. That's heavier than a pair of 7s. That 4, 5, 6 came back. Let's see here. 3, 5. That's just not gelling at all. I would just let it go and focus on addition. Okay, we can pass 3. So 2, 9, I guess with the 6. Oh, look at that. Wow. 8 crack 5 dot. We don't need those pairs. Let's see if maybe we can get a joker out of these. Let's pass it, let the wind go. So here we can Kong the 3 and the 7, but we need help with that 4. 9 for addition. 3, 4, 7. Now somebody, oh, the 2 dot, somebody discarded it, so that should be safe. Somebody kept the 6. Let's let it go now. 6, 7, 8. We actually have 6, 7, 8. 6 dot, 7 band, 8 crack. Mix suit Kongs. Let's let the 2 go. So 2 flowers are out. We need a pair. 5 bam. Okay. It looks pretty, but it's not helpful. Green dragon. It looks pretty, not helpful. Five, 6, 7. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not helpful. These tiles are just not quite gelling here. You know what we have in here? Hold the phone. Hand least resistance right there. 3, 4, 5, 6. I just saw it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pung, pung, Kong, Kong. There's the flower. Let's let the 8 crack go. I think I would leverage that flower pair and let the hand of least resistance go. We still need help with the 4 bam though. Oh my goodness. So 6 dot just, well, here, this 8 crack can go. Now we have pung, a pung of 3s, pung of 5s. If we get a 4 crack, we can do 3, 4, 5 mix suit Kongs. Third hand down under consecutive run. Yeah, I would not play the pung pung Kong Kong now because the 6 dot 2 are out. We would need 2 jokers. Another flower. That's just not very helpful though. At least we got our pair. Let's let it go. We only need one, or a pair. We need a pair. Okay, so we could Kong and play the third hand down under consecutive run, but we have a gap, no 4. We don't have a 4 crack. So we're going to let it go, and we're going to discard those 5s. We're going to go with the hand with no gaps. Even though it's weak with that 4 bam, we just need to gather. That's what we need. Oh, a flower. Oh. Okay, let's let it go. So now there's a little bit of help here with our 4. A 6. We don't need that. Don't need dragons. Don't want year tiles. There, look, Pung. Keeper. Awesome. Now we're set. We're set now. We're in the end game. Okay, nobody wants the 6 or the 5. I'll bet the player on our left has our 7 bam. They have a 6 bam Kong. Oh, Joker. Oh, come on now. 2 bam. That was just thrown. The 6 dots are all out. 2 more picks. 1 bam. That wasn't that just thrown here? 1 bam. 2. I see 2 out. 1, 2. 2 picks left. I would discard that. Oh, wait, where'd that come from? Oh, the player across from us. Bummer. We got close. 1 discard. Oh, shoot. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so now we have a pair of flowers. West, green, white, 4 bam, 2, 7, 8 in cracks, 6, 8, 9 in dots. If these were my tiles, I would focus on 6, 7, 8 of some kind. 6, 7, 8 of some kind here. Maybe even pair of flowers. Really, these dragons with a pair of flowers. Although we don't have any multiples yet. Let's see. We do have some 2, 4, 6, 8 in here. I'd rather focus on consecutive though. Let's see here. Dragons 6, 8, 9. This 6 is isolated. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 in mixed suits. Let's go for it. Dragon, east. 1 can go. I'm thinking the news dragon hand looks interesting. Let's see what happens. A dragon and a wind. I would not pass like numbers. So we're going to let one of these dragons go. Let's hold the 8 dot and pass the white dragon there. It's really arbitrary, but if someone's playing a year hand, they're going to keep that white dragon. We need to get one of these, the red or green in here. Let's keep going. 8, 3 with a 1. We can pass these tiles here. 1, let's pass the 6, let's say. Okay, we don't need these tiles at all. And we don't need these either. We got a keeper. 3 discards and a hand with no gaps. Second hand from the bottom. This is awesome. Let's see if we can get a win here. We need one good pick here with one of these dragons and then the south, and we'll be good to go. Oh, joker. So maybe we'll get an opportunity to get a joker exchange out of the 3 dot. West. We don't need that. We're looking for a south. We need use. Okay, let's Kong. We need just a pair. Oh, we need that. Don't want to hold flowers. Uh-oh. Second one, we need to keep an eye on south. That's a single. We need that tile. We're looking for a south. Joker open for exchange. Don't need a 1. Oh, you stinker. Agata. We had a really nice chance for that dragon hand. Okay. Let's see. We have 3, 4, 6 in bams, pair 3, 6, 8 in cracks, 3, 4, 7, 9 in dots, pair 3, pair 7, pair 9. So here I would play 3, 6, 9. We have 3 bam, 3 dot, 9 dot paired up, and we have 6s. So that looks pretty good to me. I would break up the 7, focus on 3, 6, 9 right there. It kind of looks like the hand we played earlier. There's a 9. There's a 6. Now we pick a hand because we only have, we need to come up with one more discard. We have 3, 6 bam, 9 bam, 6 crack, 3 dot pung, 9 dot pair. I would probably focus on the first hand on the right. 3, 6 in one suit, 6 in a second suit, and a 9 in a third suit. So that would mean we would do 3 bam, 6 bam, 6 crack, 9 dot. And we would be left with a pung of 3s. So instead of passing the 9 right now, I would hold it and break up the 3. And this way we could maybe pass 3, 9 in the next one instead of being stuck with a bunch of 3s. Because we could get keepers. So now we went right across left. This is second left. We don't want to give them another 3. And let's see, we could give them the west, the 5, and the 8. And going across, we could do 9, 4, 8. Or you know what we could do is give that player across from us a 3. And maybe even, yeah, that's, no matter how we slice this, it's going to be risky because we have 3, 4. I was trying to figure out if we could somehow give ourselves a good next pass. 3, 4, 9. 3, 4, 5. That's risky. 3, 4 in one suit is risky. Okay, so this is the best we can do. 3 dot came back. Okay, we could do 8, 1, 9, or maybe 4 here. 1, 1, 4, 8. Okay, and here we can pass. Might as well keep the 3, 6, 9 just because we have at least 2 tiles we can pass. We now can give something up. I would probably Nobody wanted the 3. Let's let that go. Oh, look, we got a keeper. Okay, so now this 9 is a discard. We have 5 discards. We're the dealer. We got an extra tile. So let's let the wind go. We're playing a hand with no gaps. 3-6 bam, 6 crack Kong, 9 dot Kong. We need help with our 6 dot, or 6 crack, I mean. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, hi, Misty. I'm sorry. I was focused on the game. I didn't see you there. We never did get a 9 crack. Okay, here we go. Somebody kept the 3 dot. Flower. Hold on. Let's just see if we have potential for, we do have 3 bam, 6 crack, 9 dot. 3-6-9, Mixu Kongs, third hand down on the right. Let's let this 3 dot go because somebody kept it. There it goes. Yep, there they go. Nobody wanted that, so we'll keep it. Now we can use this joker with our 6 crack. We're ready to Kong the 9 dot, pung the 3 bam. We need one more good pick with that 6. Let's let the flower go. Don't want wins. We're playing the first hand under 3-6-9 on the right. We do not want to hold on to white dragons for that reason. Okay, let's let the 1 go. We'll pass. Oh, Kong, we'll keep it. We'll let the 7 go here. Might as well let that go next. Eight bam's already out. Oh shoot, I should have punged that. I'm sorry. I was looking at the the live stream. Okay, so the 3 bam goes down again, we'll pung. Thankfully, nobody took it. Oh, if you get a 3 bam, you can switch to concealed. That would be a gap hand though, and we'd have to throw away a pair of 9 dots. So I probably wouldn't do that. Somebody got to win. They have our 6 cracks. Shoot. All right, let's play again. Okay, now we have North red, 5, 6, 8 and bams, pair 8, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9 and cracks, singles, 4 dot with a 9 dot. So with these tiles, if these were your tiles, which category would you focus on? If these were my tiles, I'd play 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. There's some potential in here for evens. Let's let the north go with the red and the 1. The 1 that can go. We could maybe do evens, but it's not looking good at the moment. Here's another multiple though with a 7. So I would keep that and play 5, 6, 7, 8 of some kind. There's an 8. Pardon me. Okay, so we have 7, 8 bam, 7, 8 crack, 9 dot. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Let's let this 5 bam go. Odds. We have 7, 8 paired up. So I would play consecutive run. 5, 7, 9, crack. 5, 7, 9. Even with this pair of eights? Are you guys behind the live stream maybe? Because we have no 5. Okay, so here's news building, but we have 7, 8 paired up. Let's let the north go. We have 7, 8, 9, 7, 8 in cracks. Let's see here. Let's let this 9 crack go. Okay, now north 3, 9 can go. There's an east. All right, so now we need to make some choices. We have east and west with 7, 8 potential. Third hand down on the right, or we could do 7, 8 bam, 7, 8 crack, 9 dot pair concealed. So I would let the 6 bam go and pass 3. Yep, that is an option, Misty. Okay, so here though we have 6, 7, 8 two ways. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, fourth hand down under consecutive run has some potential too. We have 1 discard before we have to pick a hand. That would be a single pair Kong, single pair Kong. Fourth hand down, maybe. We need a pair of 9 dots if we play the concealed hand. Oh, east and west with 7, 8. I would probably commit to that because we could pung east, pung west, and we just need to build on the 7, 8. 7 dot is out. That was quick. Oh, these robots, I swear, they just don't give you a chance at all. Okay, let's try again here. So we have a pair of dragons and a pair of 9s. I would try for maybe like numbers with dragons. We do have 1, 2 in here. Let's let the 5 go though with the 1 and the 2 because there's a little bit of 8, 9 in there as well. There's a dragon. So let's pass one of each suit here. There's a keeper, a 9 dot. We have a gap. We need a 9 crack in here. So let's pass 1 dot, 8 crack, 5 bam. It is fast. Oh, let's see. East if you get jokers. I was thinking that too, but we didn't. They got in a win super quick. There's a dragon. We're gonna keep going. Let's pass 2, 5, 8. We need a 9 crack. Let's see here. We don't want wins. We're doing 9s with dragons. You know what? If we get a white dragon, maybe we could switch to the fourth hand down under 3, 6, 9. No keepers. Still no keepers. 1 of each suit can go. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 5 discards. We need a 9 crack for the any like number hand. Let's see what happens. Okay, news with dragons. With this hand, we have no flowers, so I would not play a hand with a pair gap. News with dragons, second hand from the bottom under wins. That would be risky. Either way, we do have risk here too, but this particular hand, we need a 9 crack or a white dragon. A white dragon, we could maybe play the fourth hand down under 3, 6, 9. Either way, we're playing a gap hand. There's the 9 crack. So now, no gap. So like numbers with 9s, second hand down under like numbers. Oh my gosh, they have a quint with 3 jokers. Wow. Okay. Nobody wanted the 3 dot. Huh. Oh, look what came in. Well, we have a pair of red dragons. I would probably leverage that. Oh, we don't want wins. Okay, now why can't we get a flower? Okay, now that we need to Kong, but we're not ready. So we have to ignore. Do you think we could maybe get a flower? We need a pair there, so we can't do anything. Joker. So now we could Kong that 9. They are very competitive, these bots, yes. Okay, we'll Kong. We still haven't. Okay, let's let this dragon go. I was thinking about a flower. Do you think we could maybe draw a flower to do an exchange? It would only be fair because one of these robots already got one. They got another one. No, not a one. We didn't get a one of those flower jokers. Stinking robots. So they're doing 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the fives are out. Oh, they could be doing 5, 6, 7 dot. 1, 2. Okay, we're just not going to focus. A red dot, a red is out. You're seeing the live broadcast. If the button is black, you are behind. If the button is black, ignore. A red dragon? I don't see any red dragons. Okay, so they must be doing 5, 6, 7 in dots. We need to let this 8 bam go. Now we get the flower. Oh, dang it. I was hoping they weren't ready with that chow. Okay, so here we go. These robots are really ruthless, even at the intermediate level. Okay, so let's pass 1, 2 with a 5, and let's focus on 7s. We have one of the each 7. Okay, so here's a north and red dragon, red, white. 2 can go, 3, 6. We're going to play like numbers. And we have tiles so we can pass, but we need to make a choice. We have half of news. We could also maybe play the dragons with 7s. Since we have all the 7s, let's go with dragons. And since I have the hardest stinking time getting flowers, okay, let's let a wind go here. 6, 7, 8. I do want to keep an eye out for other options in here, but at the moment, not so much. 6, 7, 8, 5, that can go. Okay, 3, 5. Let's see. Let's pass 5, bam, 6 dot. Okay, there's a red dragon. Let's see now. I don't want to pass like numbers. We have like numbers, and I also don't pass flowers, very rarely anyway. So let's do 2. No keepers. No. No. Oh, now there, we would need to Kong, but we're not ready. Okay, so let's see. Let's just let these wins go. Yeah, they got a joker. Okay, now here we need to make a choice. We could Kong that and play all like numbers, and I probably would, because otherwise we're going to have to discard that. Or we can look for the green dragon and let it go. Either way, we have a pung. Let's ignore it and give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room, because we could play all 7s with flowers, and that 7 dot can be a pung. That would allow us to maybe play like numbers with dragons. Oh, and then look, 7s. So now we don't need that at all. Oh, that would be a pair for the like number hand. So we can't do that. All right, so we need to punt at this point. Okay, so here's 5, 7, 6. I would hold. We need to just totally reacclimate at this point. Let's see, 5, 7. All right, let's just see what comes in. We'll let that go. Okay, so here's 5, 7, 7, 9. We can switch to 5, 7. Oh no, 7 cracks are all out. Never mind. Let's see here. 5, 7, 9. Okay, let's just keep going. That pung of 7s wrecked our hand. And the 9s and the 5s, 5 crack, 9 crack going down hard. So our options are dwindling here. Okay, so another thing we could do, 9 crack is out. We could do 6, 7, 8 mixed suit Kongs, maybe here. 6, 7, 8. Let's let the dragon go here. Nine, bam. Let's see, 7 crack is out. Nobody wants it, so those will go. Okay, let's let that go there. All right, now here, 6, 7 dot, 8, 9, bam, 6, 7, 8, 9, pung, pung, Kong, Kong. Potential. I don't want to hold white dragons. There we would need to pung. Pung, pung, Kong, Kong. It's our only joker. It's the first one. No, it's the second one out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pung, because there's already one out. We can commit to the hand of least resistance or fold. So let's just see what happens. Oh, I would let this flower go. There goes the 9 bam. So we're going to need a joker for that. Let's let this flower go. Oh, we can put that over there. Oh, it doesn't matter really. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, now we 2. So they need 2 dots. There's already one out. Okay, so let's let that go. We're playing 6 dot, 7 dot, 8, 9 bam. Don't need green. These robots love getting those jokers, I'm telling you. 5 dot. Let's just keep it for a bit. Let's see here. Let's let the 6 bam go. So they're doing 6, 7, 8, 9. They need an 8 dot to the left, 2 dot to the right. We don't know across from us yet what they're doing. And we don't need wins. We needed that. Okay. That's a keeper, finally. Okay, so these 9 crack, 6 crack, that can go. The 5 dot is extra. It's already out. Nobody wants it, apparently. Uh-huh. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's play again. Okay, so now flower, east, green, red. 2, 3, 7, 8 in bams. 3, 4, 7, 8 in cracks with a pair of threes and a 5 dot. So with these tiles, I would leverage that 3 crack pair. 3 crack pair. With a 3 crack pair, I would hold all 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even hold the dragons and then pass 7, 8 in mixed suits. Okay, so now here's an 8 crack pair, 7, 8. We're evenly distributed for 2, 3, 4, and 7, 8, 9. So let's let the 5 go with the dragon. Now we have to pick something. Here's 2, 3, 3, 4. That doesn't work. But 7, 8, 9, that doesn't really work either. Although we have 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot, no gaps. Let's see, 8 crack pair. This dragon. Oh, I would not pass 2 dragons. So let's let the 3 bam go. Because if we get a 1 bam, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this dragon can go. And we could maybe even do 7, 8, 9. So there's a 6 and a 9. Now we have 2 pair, 8, 9. So that's what I would focus on. And I would break that up. There's an 8 and a 7. And we're going to keep going. 3, 2, 3. This is a little bit risky there. 6, 7, 8, 9 here of some kind. 9 bam, 7 crack, dragon, 3. Clear discards. Now we pick. Now we have to choose what to play. I'm thinking 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot. We also have 7, 8 bam, 7, 8 crack, 9 dot pair. Therefore, we can let the 6 go. We didn't use that in either option. 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot, or 7, 8 bam, 7, 8 crack, 9 dot pair concealed. We also didn't use this 9 bam. So that probably can go too. Okay, no keepers. No keepers. So let's let this 9 bam go there. So these are all keepers, 7, 8, 9. We maybe could have even played the pair hand, but we need more 9s. We don't really have the 9s are not represented enough. I don't think. I don't remember. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so 7, 8, 9 of some kind. We can't call for anything yet. So we're just going to gather. Oh, 4 bam pair. 9 crack now. 9s trickled in and out. I was thinking maybe we could have tried the 9, 9, 8 pair hand. There's a gap though between 7, 9 here. So I think we gave up a 9 bam. There's an 8. Let's see here. Let's let the 4 go. Somebody kept that 9 bam. 2 8 dots are out. We could do 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot, mix suit Kongs, third hand down on the right, under consecutive run. I would not consider the pair hand. We have no 9 bam, and we also have an extra 8. We're not ready to call that, but I probably wouldn't anyway. I think we're closest to 7 8 concealed. 7 8 bam, 7 8 crack, 9 dot pair. 6 is out. Let's let the flower go. We're going to leverage these multiples, 7 8 and the 9. Okay, so let's let the 4 go. Look what came in, the 8 dot. 8 dot came in, but there are 2 out. Here's 7 8 9. We don't have a 9 bam. It does look like the pair hand here. There's the 9 bam. No. Okay, all 3 8 dots are out. So the pair hand, no can do. All right, so let's see here. 9 crack, 7 8 9, 7 8 9. Let's see, 7 8 7 8 9. Let's do the concealed hand. I think the concealed hand is the best option for us. More concealed. We're in the end game. Oh. Oh. Somebody else. Oh, they threw. I thought maybe they mahjonged on the flower. No. Okay, we're going to try to squeeze in another game. All right, now let's see. Oh, we have a pung of 4s. Okay, so let's see if we can use that and see if we can win a game against these robots. Am I bitter? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, so I would keep, let's see, with a pair of flowers, we need to keep 2 3 4. Let's pass 7 crack. No, let's pass a 7 bam, 9 crack with the 1. Okay, now let's keep that dragon. Maybe we can force a quint. Here's an 8 crack pair. 8 crack. Maybe we can do a 2 4 6 8 hand. Anyway, we don't have a 6 crack right now. Here's an 8 and a 6. Let's let the 3 9 dragon go. Okay, here's a 5 and a 7. All right, we want to keep going. So we do have some 2 4 6 8 in here, but we have no 6 crack. Let's see here. 4 crack, 8 crack. Pung pair. That doesn't really work. Let's see. Without a 6 crack, this 8 crack is gonna do us no good. Let's see. 4 5 6. I want to keep consecutive options here. Okay, let's let the, oh goodness, this is a hard one. Oops, get back down there. 2, because if we get a 6, we can do 2, 4, 6, 8, but it's not looking good. It is not looking good at all. 4, 5, 8, 8, 8 crack. No, let's let the 8 go. And then let's let the, let's see here, 4, 5, 7. Let's let the 7 go. Oh my goodness, this one was hard. This is a hard one too. Okay, so south, 6, let's say 9 can go. Okay, we have, oh, we got the 1 back. We don't need that. 1, 7 with a 3, that can go. Although, look, we actually have a hand in here with no gaps. 3, 4, 5. We still have no 6. Let's just hold these 8s for a little bit. Okay, no keepers. We can pass these. Oh, that was just rough. Rough going here. Okay, let's put these over here. So we do have some 2, 4, 6, 8 potential, but, and we have a gap, no 6. We do have a hand with no gaps though. 3 bam, 4 crack, 5 dot. Mixed suit Kongs. We have 3 discards with options. Let's let the dragon go. Here's a 5, 6. So here's a little something. 5, 6 dot, 7, 8 crack. We're not ready to call anything. Oh, I don't want wins. Okay. The rate that these robots get Joker exchanges is astounding and shocking and discouraging. Okay, can you tell I'm on tilt? These robots. Oh my gosh. Oh look, there's a 9, a 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. Now let's see. These flowers are not helpful at all right now. We don't need those. Let me see. 9 crack. Let's let it go. Oh my goodness. Okay, 7 dot, 9 dot, pung pung. 7, 9, pung pung. Second hand from the bottom on the right under odds. Mixed suit dragon hand. 4 crack pung. Well, that's just really not very helpful. Unless we do 3 bam, 4 crack, 5 dot, 3, 4, 5 mixed suit Kongs. 8 crack. Who knows what Joe Curtis is doing over there? Let's let the 2 go. Oh, we needed to Kong that, but we're not ready. We can let that 6 go too. We're not ready to call that 5 dot either. And we do not need a red dragon. Oh, another 5 dot. Oh. Oh. Okay, Joker. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, now let's just think. No, what I'm thinking about is, are you guys pulling for me? Because I'm getting my butt beat by these stinking robots. Another, okay, forget it. We're not playing 3, 4, 5 because 3 bams are out, 5 dots are out, both two of each are out. We would need 4 jokers. Well, that's not going to happen. I would almost rather force a quint or fold. So we need we need a white dragon in here. Let's see if we can force a quint. Okay, nobody wanted the 8 crack. We got the white dragon. Okay, we're gonna try to force this quint. This is the 4th quint because the robots have thrown our tiles and we're not ready. Oh my gosh. Joker swap, where, who, why, how? Oh my gosh, the 7 dot. It goes so fast. I kind of wish they would slow it down so you can kind of see what is going on. It just I kind of feel a bit beat right now. I mean, do you see how fast these Joker swaps happen? It's like I can hardly keep up with it. Okay, here we go. Okay, 8 dot pair. There, it did it again. Okay, now what, who, oh, does anybody find that the speed of which these discards and calls and exchanges happen just kind of throw you for a loop a bit? Anyway, it is, there's a lot happening. Okay, 4 dot, no. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, these robots will give you a run for your money. So if you want to give it a try and practice, come play with these robots. But prepare yourself and get a thick skin so you don't go on tilt when they beat you. Oh my goodness. You used to think Mahjong Time was fast? Oh my gosh. Real Mahjong moves super slow. This one, it's just like bam, 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 bam. You can hardly keep up. It's a great way to practice for sure. All right, that's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the topic. Let's see, we talked about jumpstart zones where you can limit your categories to help you study the card with few options. And then you add panels once you feel comfortable with the limitation that you give yourself. It's a great way to study the card. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. Yes, thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, so Susan said you played you played here at this morning, and you swear you were within 1 tile several times, and they beat you. Yep. You get 1 tile away. Yep. Even if you feel like you have a good start, and then these robots, Mahjong. Oh well. It's good practice, that's for sure. Thank you, Susan. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you again for coming today. We'll be back again for Nitty-Gritty Prime Time or Nitty-Gritty Basics in 2 weeks. We alternate between basics and prime time, which is more advanced. So next week will be an advanced topic, and then we'll be back to basics and then advanced and so on and so forth. Moderators, thank you for helping monitor the chat. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Oh, and we're back on our regular schedule. Live streams every day this week from 1 to 3, and then Friday 6 to 7, and then again 7 to 9. If you want to know more, go to my website, MAHJLIFE.com, click on events, live streams, and you'll see the schedule of all the different live streams that we do here. Let's see, did I miss a question? I don't know. I don't think we're going to do anything on Saturday. I think I was going to do a Beat the Pro, but I don't remember when. I think it was the 21st, maybe. Do a Beat the Pro on a Saturday again, but I'm trying to settle in after a week long being away from home. So I'm still kind of settling in. So I need a little time. So probably not this Saturday, but maybe next Saturday we'll do another Beat the Pro, and I'll schedule it and put it on Facebook if we do it next Saturday. Yeah, no place like home. That's right. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you again tomorrow for Obsessed Let's Play live stream. I'm going to give Obsessed Tier members an inside scoop on some things that are coming up. Yeah, very exciting things. So if you want to get an inside scoop, you need to join as a channel member, Obsessed Tier channel member. Let me see. There is what I need here. Did I miss something else here? Hold on. Maybe no, because we're right in the middle of the holidays, Evelyn. So I don't want to do too much on Saturdays. And plus, I do have family things going on as well since we're in the holiday season. So maybe just one more, and then maybe one in early January is what I'm thinking. But I'll post it on Facebook and give everybody a heads up on the YouTube community section. There'll be an announcement there if I do pop-up Beat the Pro on a Saturday. You'll also see that it'll be scheduled on YouTube as a live stream. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I think sounds good. And then one in early January after the new year. All right, let's see. What am I missing? Okay, have a great day. Enjoy the holiday celebrations that are going on. I know there's a lot going on right now. So now I'll go ahead and sign off. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.